Hello everyone, this is Random World and this is What If Deku Had All for All. This starts with Izuku and Inko at the at a mall searching to buy more clothes and groceries. Since she can't leave Izuku home alone or in the car alone, she took him into the mall. And they continued to buy more and more things until they suddenly heard boom! Inko heard Izuku grabbing Izuku, starting to run down and then to the exit. Trying to remember where she parked the car, and the building was starting to shake more and more. Izuku thinking, where are the heroes? Is there a villain? Why are there no heroes here? No, All Might will appear and save the day. He's thinking that. He continues to run with his mom, and suddenly, the building crashed down. Izuku, not getting knocked out, and then waking up. Seeing that his mom is not there, he thinks hopefully with optimism, a hero must have saved mom when I got knocked out, but we separated and couldn't find me. He started to walk around, then seeing All Might, he tried limping as fast as he can over. He walks over, seeing a man, and with some light here poking out of a black mask. Seeing All Might there, both of them bleeding heavily, holding the arms. And All Might is thinking, why? I need to pass on one for all. Before it's too late. Seeing Izuku, he runs over. Hey, all for one, not notice. Okay, now that's over, all for one not noticing what, he get it in a day. He doesn't notice All Might leaving the area. So days that he can't even use his quirk, and because of how much blood loss that he has. I need to get All for one into Shigaraki. All Might says to Izuku, little young boy, I am going to transfer my quirk over to you. We'll train every day until you're 13 and have a good enough muscle mass for my quirk to work. So train every day. I'm gonna start. I need you to eat my hair so I can transfer my quirk over to you. Kneeling down on his knees because he is getting too weak. I'm gonna die soon. So you need to become the next symbol of peace and protect everyone. Izuku says, "Oh my, no! How are we gonna stay safe without you?" All Might says, "You need to become the next one, though. Now take this and train every day before you activate it. It might be painful and might hurt you in some ways, but make sure to continue training and take days off after using One for All. Okay?" Izuku nods, sadly crying on his knees, eating the hair, and All Might falls to the ground, dead, and starting to go cold. Izuku crying over that, but stands up and walks over to All for One, not knowing if that's a villain or a hero. Oh, and All for One says, "Hello, young child. Bring take my quirk and All for One just seeing for some reason Shigaraki inside of Izuku because they're both technically getting tormented. They technically both got tormented. They're around the same age of when Shigaraki technically got his quirk. He got his quirk at like 5, 6, 7. He was at 7 years old at that point. Izuku giving his quirk giving his quirk over to Izuku unknowingly. The people inside of a singularity area, inside of One for All, saying All for One. Hello. All for One saying, hello? Unsure of what is going on. All brother? The first One for All user says, "How did you get into the singularity? This is for the area of dead One for All users." Izuku, All for One says, "I don't know. Last thing I remember is seeing a young kid, and then maybe I accidentally gave All for One to him, and both me and Toshinori Yagi, and maybe he must have got passed down One for All before he died as well to this boy." First One for All users. So he has both One for All and All for One. That isn't possible. They're not compatible. Well, One for All was supposed to defeat All for One. All for One proposes the idea. Maybe this child has the ability to fuse quarks. It's perfectly. So that might be the reason why I'm here with. What do you think this quark combination shall do? One for all, first user says. Steal and give quarks and enhance them and everything. If this little boy, he has a fusion quark, but is able to still use the parts of it, that would be a interesting work for all of this. It's all for one. Wait, if I'm here and you said this is for the place of one for all users die, does that mean my main body is dead? Never thought this would happen. How long do we got to last in here? Well, maybe because of your quirk added to the mix, it's allowing to pass on to others. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna last maybe forever now. Even if the body is dead now, the quirk could still just be passed on, or just stay in the body until it completely decomposes. We don't really know. This hasn't happened before. Taking in the actual outside world. Izuku getting knocked out. Heroes looking around and taking the debris. He finds Izuku laying on the floor. They check his pulse and he's I don't know. It's like an enhancement quirk. Hero finds Izuku saying he's still alive. He's grabbing him and running over and getting rid of the debris as he's running over to the hospital. And Izuku with posters of lost child during an accident. Please tell me if you find my child. To call this number. Insert Inko's number. Izuku waking up in the hospital. Not remembering anything from the accident other than just getting knocked out and waking up here. What happened? Wait, what? Mom! Saying that Inko wakes up from the side of his bed, and hugging Izuku. You scared me, Izuku. You scared me. After we got separated and I knocked out, and I woke up, I was so scared. Good for you. Izuku not remembering anything. I don't remember anything from the villain attack. I can only remember that there's a villain attack, and I saw 2 figures. One in... I saw All Might. Inko says... Izuku. All Might is dead. Izuku, bursting into the Midoriya family tears. It's times 9. Cracking the whole time. And his quirk. I don't know, like electricity, like red electricity just appears out of his body. Izuku, unable to hear it, continues, and the electricity continues to shock out more and more until Inko runs out and tells the doctors what is going on. The doctors say, that's unbelievable. His file says he's quirkless. Now, aren't these just some rare cases like evolution? And also, I'm unsure about this as well. Mine and his dad's quirk are not related to lightning. One of the doctors with the ability to move light, to sense electrical pulses, which is useful as a doctor to know if sense electricity. She uses his quirk. She's right. His room is filled with bunches and How did lightning How did the electricity hit me? Wait, why can't I sense anything anymore? Izuku, unable to stop, and the people in the singularity. How is this? What is this? All for one. You were able, one of the people of all that bad, like, I don't know, the 6th user? No, no. The 3rd user? All for one, you could do this. All for one says, nope. This might be because of the combo of all for one and not one for all. Maybe this gives a reach ability of stealing quirks without needing physical contact, just through other means like this electricity. If only I could do that. I could have rolled over everything sooner. All for one, saying all of the one for all users. Okay. Wait, can we die in here? The First run for all users. Now that we know, we are just able to use the original quirks other than one for all. Oh, and anytime we actually try to deal damage to each other, we just turn into black smoke and then we form. It's a good thing as well, because even if we try and damage each other, it won't kill us or damage us. Also, one says, okay, well, you can't do really anything to me. Then it says all for one, and in the actual world, did the electricity stop? The chief doctor says maybe, but I can't sense anything. Maybe it was too much electricity and my quirk deactivated from that, and I can't turn it on because of how much electricity. It might have overloaded my. Might have overloaded my quirk. That has never happened before. First time for everything. They all run over to his room, and seeing that there are still red sparks coming out. He does have a quirk, the doctors say, but his file says quirkless, and it's been 3 years since the average time. What is the latest time for a quirk awakening? What is the latest time for a quirk awakening? About within 14 years of life, 14 years of age. Why? But his X-rays say that he has all the joints in his pinky toe. So, maybe he is one of the next generations of quirks. Maybe he has a new type of quirk. One that can randomly be a random ability that can overload normal quirks like that include electricity, because one of Dr. Number 2 says, because my quirk was overloaded from sensing stuff. I'm unsure of how it worked, but hey, does this mean I'm gonna have to get my quirk checked? Walking out of the room. Then the Dr. 1 and 3 leave. Izuku finally stopped crying. Finally stopped crying. Izuku, Inko said. Inko says, Izuku, you have a quirk, and you might just be a new generation of quirk. You might have just discovered a new possible quirk that was unknown before. You have sort of made a new thing, and you are making a hope for for quirkless people like you. Izuku smiles and jumps. Yay! Forgetting about the All Might dying thing, but is still sort of and can't remember. Says, your new quirk, your quirk is like making these red, black, like lightning stuff around you. We are unsure of what it is fully able to. I'm unsure of what else you're able to do or what your limits are of it. Izuku and Inko a few days later at a quirk doctor. With the quirk doctor says, well, seems like that I was wrong about your quirk, but it seems like that your lightning is able to completely shut off the quirk gene, but so your quirk completely shuts off every quirk that we have seen so far. And when you do mutation quirks, it seems like that those slow just go limp. Those parts go limp other than the normal parts that you need. That they need for actual stuff. When someone had a full horn head transformation, their head still worked and everything still worked. Everything was normal other than that. So never mind. The mutation quirks seem to have disappeared after you making them disappear, like shut down. The doctor, knowing that's what All for One's quirk does. Izuku walking back. Why don't we do one last test to see what else it can do? Inko waving, okay. And Izuku who's saying, okay. Izuku walks back into the testing room. Then the doctor says, okay. So what? So picture. Want to see if you can do one last. Okay. Picture adding the people in the singularity. Wait, is he gonna activate one for all, or is it gonna be the one that he stole? Everyone for all users say. All Might. What? All Might. What? Wait, how did I get here? All for one. One for all users say. You can't kill him. Here it's useless. The best thing we can do here is just insult him. But just make him do that. And shoot. Nana Shimura. Master. Alright. It says to Nana Shimura. Hey, kid, you've grown. Anyways, the kid that you gave your quirk to, well, All for One also gave his quirk to after you died. What? Shoot. But All Might says, so what I did was in vain? The first one for all user says, well, technically no. He wants to become a hero, and will most likely only steal quirks from villains and people who are using it illegally. You can tell that he wants to be a hero by looking through his memories, and he pushes with the pain of bullying. So he's being bullied. I told him to. And in the outside world, he starts to feel that flow. I feel stronger, or I can feel something. Now then, Izuku. Hit this punching bag. Izuku hit the punching bag, and it goes 2 feet away. Whoa! How did I do that? The doctor says, no, Master gave you his quirk. Master? Izuku is confused. But then, everything just gets flown back to him. Master? Yes, his quirk was named All for One, and his villain name was also All for One. The quirk All for One just allows you to give and take quirks and just do that, and also allow you to use them. So because he was never able to complete his plan of, well, helping people, he was give his quirk over to Shigawaki, which technically has a copy, but we can't. But it would take. Well, has the original quirk, and you have the copy. All you technically either have to take up his job or continue planning to become a hero. So Izuku says, why can't I do both? Say what? Yeah, I couldn't. I also have one for all. Say what? The doctor says, oh. Wait, you have one for all? But how, so you have both one for all and all for one? Why don't we name your quirk All for All Lightning? So that it sort of makes more sense, because you have one for all for one, and you have lightning that accesses the quirk. So why not all for all lightning? They agree on that name, and then they walk out. After talking about Izuku would need a cloning quirk so that one could live the life of taking up the job of the master thing, as well as taking up the job of a hero, and then they could communicate and then bring peace and help everyone understand each other, and most likely just protect everyone. That, and the doctor thinks that'll be fine because also I haven't made it that far in the manga or anime, so please do not be angry with me. And the doctor says, do not tell your mom about all for one or one for all, or just tell her you have a lightning quirk that can shut down quirks. The doctor, Izuku says, why? The doctor says, because all for one was a secret and one for all was technically a secret because no one knew All Might's quirk, and as well as All for One's quirk, which was technically never made public on a computer database. So he split off from there and said that and then the doctor would say in front of both of them, I shall come up and check up with your son Izuku here in the next month to check on his quirk, because we still do not know the full capacity. He's sort of lying about it because he doesn't know what the limit of one for all and all for all lightning does yet, because the lightning was new. It was the fact that it could do long range without touching the person with physical contact, and the fact that he has both of them. And it's an excuse to bring the person with the cloning quirk so that he could access it and then use it for him so that one could take up the role of master and just take. So sorry about that. Okay. So that Izuku can take the cloning quirk and take the place of the master while he can still pursue his dreams. Time skip a few days later, and Izuku says to Bakugo, you can't bully people anymore, and I have a quirk, all for all lightning. Bakugo says, what? You think that your lightning can hurt me? Try me, Deku. Izuku, that's Bakugo. Bakugo saying, that didn't hurt at all. Izuku says, sure, but what about your quirk? Bakugo said, what about my quirk, you stupid Deku? You're charging at Deku, about to throw an explosion, but Izuku just runs away, but this time doesn't use lightning. Uses lightning actually as lightning. Wait, the singularity people. Wait, the lightning isn't just for all for one part. So the lightning is part of his enhancement, but strange. And then back outside, Izuku actually zaps Bakugo. Ah! Bakugo saying as he gets shot from the back. Ah! Team, get him! Everyone, his goons attack Izuku, but he just takes their quirks. And zap. Ah! All of them yell. Ah! Deep panting of Bakugo says, you'll pay for this. But Izuku says, okay, Bakugo, we'll just try and get me with your quirk shut down. And everyone else with your quirks shut down. My quirk uses lightning to shut down the quirk gene. To shut down quirks. You think that you can beat me without your quirks? You guys are technically quirkless now. Bakugo says, I can beat you with or without a quirk any day. Hey, you stupid Deku. Izuku says, game on. They run at each other and that's the end of this part. Get 1 like on the video, and I shall continue this What If Deku Had All for All. Woo! And like, subscribe, and goodbye.